He's been a team elite for 3 years. He's an incredible, incredible man with an incredible, incredible story, and I want you to open up your hearts to just a few minutes that we have with him. When I first heard this story that he's going to tell you, I immediately knew that I loved this man. I knew that he was a great leader. I knew that he was one that will help all of us become better. With that, I want everyone on their feet, and let's welcome Team Elite 4-star Platinum, Dean Nguyen.
$350 can do that much. Have you asked yourself that question? You know why? You know why? In that corner of the country, in the world, just same thing in Vietnam. I spent most of my time in 2013 in Vietnam, and over there, average income of even the doctors is only $300 a month. But only 1 year since the day that we opened, we will have the first anniversary on March 15th. We have 1 team elite, we have 8 blue diamonds, and we have a couple of 100 rubies. And over there, remember this, the requirement to become the executive is 6,000 points, which is 9,000 US dollars. Double the requirement in the US. Everything is almost double. The price of the product is almost double. We don't have even the ADR. You have to physically come to people's home and collect money every single month. And in order to qualify and become executive, you have to come to the big city and sit in the class for the LOI class in order to graduate. And even you have to spend $100 to fly to the country, to the capital, and learn and graduate and become the executive. So think about that. You know why? You know why? You know why those Asian countries, we are crazy about this opportunity? You know why? Why? Probably you don't know, right? Okay, let me say. I came to this country 21. In 1978, exactly July 31st. Our family is very, very poor. I mean, the whole house is nothing above the ground. We sold almost everything, even the stainless steel spoon. Because with that spoon, you can live the next day. So when I came home from work, there's a friend approached me and said, Dean, there's a boat leaving tonight. You want to go? I said, count me in. I ran home, gathered all the family together, and I told my dad and my mom, we are leaving tonight. And they say, going where? I say, I don't know. Because we know that the minute we leave the house, we cannot go back. But we have no choice. We don't want to live so bad that 7 o'clock we went to the shore. It was dark, July 31st. It was dark. Because I was 21, so they let me kind of organize the whole gang there so we can move out smoothly. So when I got into the shore, I saw a lot of hats, a lot of noises. I looked around, and when the boat came, I put my foot into the boat and I can check the boat. Means the boat is very small, wooden boat from here to that screen. And I look around and say, wow, the boat is so small, but how many people over here? And then one stopped counting and they said to me, 64 people. And the boat, can you imagine from here to that wall? 64 people. And it's too dark, and we are afraid that the police will come, so all of us jumped into the boat, and I was the first one. Because I thought I was smart. I jumped into the boat and carried my whole family. But guess what? Because there's 64 people, so they stack up on me. I thought I was smart, but I was at the bottom. So when the boat left, a few hours later, the first one threw up on me. And I tried to go there, and the second one, and then the third one. Can you imagine that we did not even move for 3 days and 4 nights. And almost a lot of people out there, they threw up on me. You know, at first it smelled real bad, but after that, all smelled the same. So we did not care much about it because I have no choice. I just moved my hand to take over my face. We did not have food to eat. We had just a little water. 3 days and 4 nights later, we came to Hong Kong. We was one of the lucky people in the world to be able to come to the shore safely. So the next day, the big typhoon hit the area. And you know, in August 4, those time of the year, there's a typhoon in the Pacific Ocean. So the whole family gathered together, and my dad, he's a son. Thank you for the opportunity that we come here safely. I'm very glad that I did not ask you how big is the boat. Because if we know how big is the boat, probably we still in Vietnam. So I learned that lesson by heart. So these days when I go out and talk to people, I don't show the boat. I'm looking for the people who have a dream. I ask people who want to do something with their life. The same thing. You know, when I got into I graduated as an engineer, software engineer, worked for the big A company in Cupertino, California, for 7 years. One day I walked into my boss room. I happened to see his check on the desk. You know, of course, we don't want to see how much our boss makes, right? But I could not help because it's right on the desk. I look at the number, and right at that moment, I decided to quit. No more. Go to work for somebody else. Because I have 2 kids, and they grow a lot faster than my paycheck. So I know why I have to make a decision to do something else. 1993, I happened to get into the life insurance business. If you think this business is hard, try selling life insurance. Man, it's tough. I was a typical engineer, anti-socializer. I don't want to talk to people. I dropped my wife at the party. I ran to the bookstore, and I sat there until she called me to pick her up. I don't want to deal with people at all. And suddenly, I get into the life insurance business. And you know, selling life insurance is not easy at all. But I was one of the top producers of the company. I ran into many, many tough situations, and people still say, DC, can you tell us the secret? I could not tell them. You know why? Because every time that I hit the obstacle, people say no to me, even they slam the door in my face. I have one thing in my pocket. And whenever I put my hand into my pocket and touch that, it helped me to keep going. You know what it is in my pocket? This is the sock of my daughter. Today is her birthday. I told myself that's what I would say. You know, I cannot share to you this chocolate because it's mine. You know the reason we got what we have because we know why we have to do this. So take one message for you before you leave home today. Know your why. Know your why. And that's all. That's why people in Indonesia can do that. Most of us, we don't even have clue. Because everything is too comfortable in the U.S. Every morning I wake up, I thought, I think I'm living in the heaven. Man, that's a good feeling you lead in the heaven that you don't have to die. Man, that's the best feeling. Because most of you still don't know how lucky we are in this country. Everything is available. It doesn't matter. It seems like we only move up if there's a reward in front of us. Oh, there's a Jackson Hole. Right? Now, the reason I move up, a lot of us in this room, from Vietnam or from other countries, the reason why we move so fast, why we step up, even we have a lot of obstacles, because of what? The fear in the back. We have the fear in the back. Most of us we don't have in the U.S., right? We have options. We have too many options, in fact. So that's why in Nuskin business, when Terry gave me a call in 2009, and it took me a little time to learn more about the business, about the company, about the opportunity, and I make a decision right there that this is the best opportunity in the world so we can go back and serve people. And people in my country. People who work 7 days a week. Most of the Vietnamese own the nail salon that most of you know. They work 7 days a week, 10 or even 14 hours a day. That is the reason why we go out there and share this story to everybody if we have a chance. We don't afraid that they will say no, right? Because we have a gift. Every morning we wake up and we think, who's lucky people to see us today to receive our gift? So there's no obstacle in this business. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, this is so simple. Just like you breathing. I mean, this business is just like you breathing. How do we breathe? We inhale and exhale, right? In fact, you have to exhale more than, maybe twice more than you inhale. You just go out there and give and serve to more people. That's all. If you want to double your income, serve more people. So I don't have any feeling that we are selling the product or selling the opportunity, because the selling is not in our dictionary. We think about go out there and help people, and a lot of us out there, they are waiting for the opportunity. I don't think anybody get up in the morning too excited, very excited to go to work to see our boss. None. Means that they are looking for something. It's just a matter, you tell them from your heart. From here. Not here though. Don't show the boat. Show it here. So before you go home today, probably you're overwhelmed with a lot of information and maybe emotionally you're kind of overwhelmed. I just want you to think about why you in this business. Why in this business? If you know why you in this business, you are almost halfway, or even more than halfway to Jackson Hole already. Just the why. Would you? I cannot say that. Just one message so you can bring home. I came to, there was one time at the Vietnamese New Year, my wife walked into my parents' home and I turned to him and said, Dad, a year from now you don't have to go to work. Right at that moment, I don't know why I said so, but emotionally, you know, my dad is working for his whole life for 5 kids. Just emotionally, right at that moment, I turned to him and I said, Dad, a year from now you don't have to go to work. Guess what? My face turned green. And I know exactly what I have to do. When I joined network marketing before, my wife sort of, you know, she did not really like the business because she owned her own business. So every night when I come home, she started complaining, why you come home late? Because she did not know what I'm doing. So one day before Christmas, I wrote the check of $28,000. I don't know why I came up with $28,000, but I wrote the check of $28,000. I gave it to her and I said, honey, this is your Christmas gift. Don't cash it now. And she said, yes, thank you, honey. And then right after that day, every time I go home early, she said, why is so early? You know what? There's another why I have to do this business. So have more why. Usually, you maybe the wall this high, you cannot jump. But it happened that one day, there's a dog chasing you, Jeff. Guess what? Do you say, let me Google to see how I can jump over to the wall? No, there's a big dog behind you. Jump, right? Jump. So 5, your wife, and 5, your dog. Thank you.